Hello, somebody. Hope that you're doing good. Hope that you're doing great, and I hope that you're doing amazing. All right. So, in today's episode, we are going to be speaking about love me as I am. How many times have you ever had that friend coming to you and busy telling you, all I really want him to do is to love me as I am, love me for who I am? How many times have you ever had someone actually I don't want umuntu ozongishintsha. We say this and we actually believe and think that this would be best for us if we would find just a partner who would really, really understand who we are and love us for that and not expect nothing more, nothing less. If someone actually wants you for who you are and doesn't want you to change, that person is perhaps your greatest enemy. And if that person is you, then you are your greatest enemy. Because in life, we are supposed to grow, isn't it? Yes, of course, yeah, we're supposed to grow, yeah. But growth also brings about change. So simply because of that, you cannot expect to grow without changing. Even though so many people insist on that. What do I mean by that? You will actually realize that there is an 18-year-old man and a 65-year-old boy. They failed to mature and insist on being a kid. So we are all supposed to change. And simply because of that, not only should we wait for life to change us, we are actually supposed to implement some of the change. Because if someone loves you for who you are and doesn't want you to become more, then they are sabotaging you. Someone who really loves you wants the best out of you, wants to exploit and bring out all the potential that you possess that you might not even know that you do possess. And someone who doesn't love you would love you for exactly who you are right now and not want you to change an inch. And if they don't want you to change, let's think about this. After a couple of years, naturally, you're not going to look the same. Naturally, you're not going to think the same. They won't love you then. And they will accuse you of changing as if it's a bad thing. You know what? There is a story about a butterfly and a caterpillar who was sitting in a bar. And the caterpillar says to the butterfly, "Man, you've changed. You've changed a whole lot. Look at you now. Now you have wings and all." Now, the butterfly stays right back at the caterpillar and he says, "Yes, I changed." We are supposed to change. You shouldn't remain the same. If you don't become the change, then the world, the universe will throw change on you. And you will be uncomfortable when that happens, but rather you can be the change. Think about the story of Nokia. Nokia was a very brilliant company. I remember it was one of the best brands, if not the best itself, back in the days. And then, when the CEO of Nokia was now handing over the company to Microsoft, this is what he said: "We did nothing wrong, and still we failed." I want you to realize this. Nothing about Nokia had changed. It was still producing world-class phones. Even the hands that joined when you turned it on were still the same. But when the world was progressing, they stayed with their ways. They stayed the same in an ever-changing world. Change is not the enemy. Change is perhaps the solution. Just simply because God blessed you where you are, that does not mean that is exactly where He wants you to be for the rest of your life. That is where He wanted you to be in 2020. That is where He wanted you to be in 2022. But is that same place where He wants you to be now? We get so attached to who we are. We no longer seek out the potential of who we can become. We are supposed to change. So I am challenging you, instead of waiting for change or being scared of change, that you actually be the change. Cheers. This was our episode for today, so have a wonderful one, and first of all, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and please keep on keeping on. Cheers.